the war has affected the ministry in a big way because I basically couldn't go to eastern Ukraine. That's where the war is. Of course, it started in Crimea, but then the eastern border of Ukraine got invaded, Russian separatists. So, that was my ministry for the last 5 years, just eastern Ukraine, because I felt that's where God wanted me to focus. And so, yeah, I was not able to go. And then, of course, it affected me because friends of mine, pastors that I know, were like Pastor Peter and his wife Natasha. They were displaced. Their home was taken over by the separatists and their church. And they, along with their children and grandchildren, the entire family of 20 altogether, had to flee and leave everything. So they're not going back unless things change. And then, of course, another friend of mine, Pastor Roman from Lugansk, when the war started, and as it was progressing, I learned that people that didn't flee in time were actually locked in, and so they were safe inside their home, but they couldn't go out to shop or go to school or anything like that. So Pastor Roman and people from his church would bring supplies back and forth, going through conflict areas at risk to their own lives just to bring food and supplies to these people. And of course, share the gospel message, this is why we do it, because we love you. And unfortunately, in April of this year, Pastor Roman was returning from a supply run. Actually, he had picked up supplies in Moscow and going back to his hometown of Lutygino, and he was in a head-on collision, and he passed away. So that was very sad, of course. And so, of course, he's in heaven, and he got the well done, good and faithful servant, But, it's affected my ministry a lot, and I am so glad that I'm getting to go now. So, of the 3 eastern regions that were invaded, Kharkov is now safe. Lugansk and Donetsk, I'm not going there. It's still not safe. But Kharkov is safe, and I feel as though that the Lord wants me to go to Kharkov and to Cherkasy and Posolanovka, where the tuberculosis kids might still be. And so that's my goal for this time. 2 orphanages in Kharkov region and 2 orphanages in Cherkasy region.